most of us, when we get into communication or we want to talk to people, we don't realize we're listening just so we can say the next thing. We're listening just so we can have a rebuttal. We're listening just so we can add a point of feedback. We're listening just so we can give advice, or we can talk about ourselves. We're not what we call actively listening. Actively listening involves paying attention not just to your partner or to your friend or anybody else's words, but to their body language. When you really hold space for what someone's feeling, talking about, or going through, there's so much more communication than actually is going on verbally. An important part when you're in communication with your partner is to, before you get into like the let's have a talk conversation, or I want to share something with you, or they come to talk to you about something, do a little breath work to regulate your nervous system. Now, why I say breath work is because regulating your nervous system is one of the most important ways to disarm your ego. Because if you have stress hormones running through your body, if someone says something to you, you're not going to hear anything they say. You're just going to get reactive with them anyway. So again, do your breath work, regulate and ground yourself. But when it comes to active listening, anytime while they're talking, if you notice you have a thought, if you notice you have a thought about yourself, if you notice you have a thought of what you should say in return, if you notice you have a thought of what the best outcome for you would be, how you need to ask for it, how you need to send them feedback, put that all aside. If you notice those coming in, remember like in the first part of the session, I said, okay, thank you for coming in, the thoughts that are coming in, but I need this mental space right now. I need to let go of you right now. Practice that more often, and you'll notice that when your partner talks to you, you'll become a blank slate. This is how I've gotten good at listening to when people talk to me, and like when they tell me their stories, is because I had to practice it so much with my friends, my family members, even with yourself. This is actually what teaches you to really listen to yourself and not just what your ego is telling you as well. It's a really, really, really powerful tool that you can use anywhere, friendships and anything. And you basically, when someone's talking to you, you just become a medium. You just become a vessel for their emotions, their stories, for what they want to share. And what happens when they're done sharing, or when they actually ask for feedback, or when they really need something, is all of your history and everything you've gone through and who you are is capable of providing that. It is. You will be someone who can show up for them, but you don't need to constantly have that in their mind while they're sharing, because unconsciously you're invalidating whatever they said. You're invalidating how they really feel. That's exactly why very often, especially when it comes to that discussion of like a partner having a friend of the opposite sex or any of that, yes, sometimes it goes across boundaries, but at the start point, if we're really willing to hold space for it, we're possibly able to witness something that could help our relationship more rather than cause it damage. Something that may be able to help our partner more, maybe even able to listen to what they're seeking that maybe we haven't given the time or space for. What we haven't been able to provide, what we've been so bogged down with our own lives, our stories, that we haven't really said, you know what, I didn't notice that this is something they want, and that this is something I'm not providing for or showing up with, or something that maybe is capable for me, or something I'm not capable for, which leads to another discussion. So actively listening is super, super important.
Hey, and welcome to the Inner Yats YouTube page. If you like our content, make sure you click the like and the subscribe button so that you get more of these amazing videos that keep coming your way.